Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. We are finishing up our 4th of July sale today at midnight. Get 15% off SM19 strip slides and USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and Viper Liberty with code USA25. This will be the last big sale until maybe Labor Day or October. So if you're looking for something in red, white, and blue, we might have something for you. All of our slides are 17.4 stainless steel, come with a Trigicon RMR flat optic cut, and are designed to fit with the Generation 3 Glock 19. Nice and early this morning, got my coffee. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We've got a nice little Ruger New Vaquero 45 long Colt revolver in the background just for aesthetics. Sadly not made in Arizona, I believe New Hampshire. The SR line was made in Arizona, but for some reason the Vaquero line, I believe it was New Hampshire. Yep, Newport, New Hampshire. You'd think an old cowboy gun like that would be made in Arizona. But nope, their semi-auto SR line was made in Arizona. Oh, the Ruger RXM is made in Arizona. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure our slides fit on the RXM. Thanks to everyone just joining us. We are Stiffler Manufacturing, a veteran-owned and operated slide manufacturing company that makes slides that fit the Generation 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. Up early this morning with our coffee and our old wheel gun to tell you about our 4th of July sale, which ends today at midnight. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. some more coffee. There we are. Let's get a little more light in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. Fortunately, with the gun on screen, I can't really touch anything, but we're doing our 15% off sale. It ends today. Use code USA25 to get 15% off our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and Liberty Viper. Our next sale probably won't be until maybe Labor Day, but probably October for sure. And besides colorful slides, we of course also produce tactical colored ones. Graphite black, flat dark earth, desert sand, eastern front green, space worn battle distressed looking slides, burnt bronze, and of course your more flamboyant colors. Green mamba, hunter orange, bright purple, Mystique in FX Cerakote, Typhoon. That FX Cerakote's kind of like a gun candy. Has a very metallic sheen to it. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to give a like and subscribe if you like guns, and if you like gun slides and modifying your Glock. Otherwise, I'm just going through our various social media in the background. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Uploading videos to Grumble, if you know, you know. And of course, responding to all of those meta scam accounts coming out of India, which are just so amusing. Sadly, though, some people do fall for them. If you happen to like Glock slides and Glock clones a lot, feel free to check out All Glock Clones Welcome on Facebook. It's a group of over 1,000 people where they just show off their builds, ask questions, figure out how to build. Good little group. And if you're looking to stay up to date on some gun news, check out John Crump News, as well as DLD After Dark, Flying Rich Firearms, and Red Dawn Readiness. They have some good builds, they have some good discussions, and they go over the politics. How hard is it to get into machining? It isn't cheap. Well, I shouldn't say that. It isn't cheap to get into production machining. Because you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars for a machine. But you can get tabletop machines that will cut aluminum, and you're looking at several $1,000s. Some of them will cut steel. You just have to make sure it's mounted properly. And then, of course, you need to figure out how to do computer-assisted design, so CAD programming. So if you've got a mind for it, mind for drawing in CAD, where you're doing 3D artistic renditions, you can kind of do that. Do you mean like laser engraving, or do you mean like plasma cutting steel? Because laser engraving definitely is cool. We're looking at getting our own someday. Played with it a little bit. We'd like to custom laser engrave people's slides if they'd like. Put their names on it, a custom message, maybe a unit number if you were in the military. Coffee. I've never seen it used to do that. You're looking at more like milling, which would be CNC. Can't say I've seen that. Feel free to drop a link. I'll check it out. On point 2A, what's going on? I've got my coffee, man. I'm feeling pretty good. Talking about our sale, which ends today at midnight. 15% off. SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and of course the Viper Liberty themed slide. Just use code USA25. Arizona Kid, what's going on? J-Dog. Today's the last day of our sale. Figured I'd show off a nice wheel gun here, that Ruger New Vaquero and 45 Long Colt, as well as a few of our SM19 slides. Yeah, Panda, I'm not sure plasma cutting will work for... I've seen it cut steel, and it might do a great job for things like... it might do an amazing job at cutting like steel plates for targets, or cutting steel for maybe body armor before you do the finishing work on it. Which link? I don't see it. Let me do a refresh. Sometimes the comments don't come through like they should. Thank you, Dirty to Clean. Thank you. These are SM19 strip slides. They fit the Generation 3 Glock 19. Hey, we got a sub. That's awesome. Yep, they are RMR cut. Trijicon RMR flat optic cut, which you can see. Let me try and... There you go. You can see it with the SM19 Zoom Lightning stenciled slide back there. There are no recoil posts or ball slugs, etc. But the cut is pretty tight, and we've never had any issue with shearing that some people might be concerned about. Thank you, Panda. Much appreciated. Honestly, we had that kind of discussion once. Should we make target plates out of steel, or should we make body armor? And target plates we kind of get, but I would feel probably absolutely horrible if we got a bad shipment of steel that we didn't detect and it just didn't work for body armor. Because a lot of people kind of forget that there's a whole logistical chain that works when you're manufacturing stuff. Like, we don't have our own forge. We don't make our own steel. We buy steel from American companies around the country. And the cert says, hey, this steel is heat treated to this, it's cut from this. And what if, they screwed up? Right on, Arizona Kid. Enjoy that breakfast. Pat, how are you doing? Experience with porting, quite a bit. We make several ported slides. Our two big ones right now are the SM19 Viper and the Turbo, as well as the SM17 Viper, and we're about to make the SM17 Turbo. Actually, I can do this. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay. So there we go. There's our flat Trigicon RMR cut. And here is our Viper. And if we go on over here, there we go. That is our Turbo. So the Turbo has a kind of square ported cut with rounded edges, and it fits most ported barrels. And the Viper has more of a rounded triangular cut, which fits most ported barrels as well. For paint, we use Cerakote, primarily H series, but we are also dabbling in F series and FX series now. For the stencils, we're using Tactical Penguin. And big shout out to Tactical Penguin. Their stencils have helped us do our camo, our lightning slides. It's been real awesome. Hey, Local Crazy, how goes it? Unfortunately, we don't do custom porting yet. It's something we might do in the future. But our slides range from 145 to 275. Depending on if it's stripped, and on the lower end without porting, to the higher end where it is ported and also has a barrel, parts kit, and sights. Yes, you would need to know CAD programs. The optics cut is a Trigicon RMR flat optic cut. And so that's going to fit things like Hollow Sun, Gideon Optics, Siley Optics, Vector, things that are all set up for that RMR. SRO. And of course, all of our optics cuts, they come with an aluminum optic cover. A lot of companies use a plastic one, and if you just crank down your RMR screw too much, you're going to crack your plastic cover plate. So we went with aluminum. Oh, Loco Crazy, the website is stifflermanufacturing.com. Nope, I actually don't have it in my description. using my phone today. There we go. And if you decide to get one in USMC Red, Arctic White, or NRA Blue, use code USA25 to get 15% off. Oh, and we're also doing 15% off on our Liberty-themed Viper slides. That's where it's a blend of red, blue, and white. So half the slide will be USMC Red, half the slide will be NRA Blue, and then there'll be white speckles to kind of simulate stars. Oh, that might be an interesting idea, Pat. I wonder if we would do the plates in like black Cerakote or do it something in bright so people can see it. Maybe do different options, like do one in Hunter Orange. So if you put it out at 300 meters or more, you can see it at a distance. We do not do custom barrel porting, but if you reach out to Superior Triggers, I believe they're doing custom porting now. And they're doing different stuff too. They're doing like star shapes and heart shapes and custom porting to match slides. As for us, we do sell barrels for the Glock 19 Gen 3 and the Glock 17. And we have options in standard, ported, and threaded, all in black nitride. And then we also have standard options in copper PVD. And we're hoping to get some more, like maybe some rainbow colored slides. That's the wrong word for it, but you know what I'm talking about, where it has that kind of reflective rainbow finish. We'll do some more copper and ported and threaded. Yeah, you could probably start in 3D Fusion. Could help get you started. And it's free, start with one of the free programs before you just go out and buy one. Mastercam's good, but it'll cost you some money. Yeah, I'd start out with a free program, and then once you're ready, buy one of the good professional programs like Mastercam. And knowing CAD can also help you with 3D printing as well. As we're growing, we're going to have to hire some new employees at some point. That's always the thing, though. See, like when you're if you ever start a business, you're not going to make a profit until your 3rd to 5th year in. Because all the money goes back into the shop. You're paying, the rent or payments for your shop, your machine, all the tools, buying more steel. And actually, let me just, there we go. Because I don't want to touch anything with the gun in there. Okay, back and live again. So this is the steel we use, a solid bar of 17.4 stainless steel, and we turn that into the slides. Oh, there we are. And so we don't mill blanks. We actually mill the entire bar of steel. I think AutoCAD's still around. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Autodesk, AutoCAD. Yep, they're still around. And for any of those of you just joining us, today is the last day for our 4th of July sale. We are doing 15% off our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, and NRA Blue, as well as our Viper Liberty themed slide with code USA25. And our next sale might be around Labor Day if we do a Labor Day one, or maybe we'll do something for October, maybe Halloween or Glocktober or something like that. What we love about the aftermarket Glock kind of slides is that it's basically Legos, right? So like the Glock 19 Gen 3, you can make it fit a Gen 4, you can make it fit a Gen 5. You can put it on a Glock 45 Gen 5. You can put it on a Glock 19X. And all you're really changing out is the back plate and the slide release, and that's about it. Also, a Glock 19 frame should be able to fit on a Glock 20, or a Glock 19 slide should be able to fit on a Glock 23 frame as well as a Glock 32 frame. They all use the same frame size. A Glock 43 can fit a Glock 48. A 19 can even fit on a Glock 26. You can make a 26 long. A 17 can fit on a 19. You made yourself a 19 long. Glock is just Legos. Adult Legos that go pew. And for those of you that might be militarily affiliated, active, National Guard, Reserve, Veteran, Retired, we do a 10% discount all year round. As for future stuff, let's see. After we finish, we just technically finished our third 17 slide. It's just waiting quality control checks and a range firing test, and that'll be into full production. And after that, we'll work on our fourth SM17 slide, which will end up being this one here. And once that's created, we will start working on the Glock 43. And after that, I don't know, maybe we'll do the 26 or the 34, or maybe we'll move on to something else. Maybe SIG P365. I'm not sure about the P320, because we have a SIG M17, the P320 M17 variant that the Army uses, but they're still having some a lot of issues, like that one cop that just shot herself in the leg. Most of the time, yes, Arizona Kid, but sometimes you might need a lighter spring, especially if you are not running an optic. Like in the Viper slide here, it has the most window cuts of any slide, which makes it ideal for porting. But because of all that metal loss, we have lightened the slide significantly, so you might need a lighter spring. Or just to put a good optic on the back end. And we kind of saw a similar issue is we were working next to another CNC slide company, and they made a titanium slide. And it was just so light that it wouldn't cycle properly. It was cool. It was cool that it was made out of titanium, but it was just too light. Yeah, the Viper cuts are awesome. It's actually probably our most popular seller, and which has a funny story behind it. During our first 6 months in business, uh, we were requested to make that slide for another business alongside that other CNC shop, and we made 200 of them. So we bought all these steel bars, and we bought all the end mills and the coolant and the Cerakote, and we made 200 of these slides. And then they weren't ready to pay. So we said, hey, look, you have to buy these or we have to sell them individually on eBay or on our website. And so we did. And customers quickly found that to be one of their favorites. Multicam Arid Cerakote? I can't say we've done that one. We have done a few camo style ones, courtesy of Penguin Tactical, or Tactical Penguin. And so we've done some things like you mix in some OD green, you mix in, some desert sand, some flat dark earth, and you make a camo style. And we've got one that's a little bit like a kind of M81 multicam OCP style that we just call camo. And the other one is a little bit more jungly that we call OD camo. We have a winter camo. Have a good one, Arizona Kid. Thanks for dropping in. We also have a cow camo. And we'll probably keep making more camos as we go. And then, of course, our interesting lightning stencils. This one's just in white lightning. But we've also got a purple one, a red one. I think we've got a shimmer aluminum one. We'll plan to do a gold one at some point. Oh, and honeycomb. I don't have an example of it right now, but the honeycomb slide is nice. Just a black slide with gold honeycomb. We don't make anything for the G45 yet, but you can actually fit a Gen 3 Glock 19 slide on a Glock 45. Zanti, what's going on? The combat / doctor's cut, we don't actually make those. We do the co-witness with the RMR. Camel coat? The fuck? Chameleon coat, maybe? Which is like a Duracoat. Duracoat's kind of rattle can. I don't know, maybe we'll do a Glock 45 someday once we start doing Gen 5s. We're probably going to skip Gen 4 and just go right to Gen 5. Because you can always step up and step down. You can make a Gen 3 fit 4 and 5, and you can make a Gen 5 fit 3. So I'm pretty sure you can make it fit 4. I definitely know you can put a Gen 3 on the 19X and on Gen 5s. I've seen our Gen 3 19s put on a Glock 45. There's a channel called The Gun Guy, and he put one of our SM19 Leonidas Gen 3 19s on a Glock 45 frame. And he went to the range with it, and it ran just fine. Changed out the back plate, and I think he changed out the slide release. Any of those of you just joining us, we're doing 15% off. Today is the last day of our 4th of July sale. Use code USA25 to get 15% off of our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and Liberty Viper. There we go. And if you want to stay up to date on things, just follow us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as any of our other social media platforms. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Because we just turned these big old bars of steel into slides. And the revolver's just there for aesthetics. Because why not have a big ass revolver? Actually, boop. Let's flip this sumbitch over. Okay. And for those who have a busted slide, let's see if we can get in close to that. As you can see, the safety plunger is all jacked the hell up. There we go. So if you've got a slide that's messed up and is keeping you from going to the range, reach out to us on a case-by-case basis. We might swap one of our slides with yours. Or maybe you have a slide you just don't like anymore. Maybe you got a Gen 4, you know, Glock 34, Glock 17 you just don't like and you want to swap it for a Gen 3. Maybe you've got a Glock 26 and that isn't your thing and you wanted a 19. Of course, bear in mind, we are only swapping the slide. We are not an FFL and we cannot take that frame. Maybe we'll do an FFL someday, but that is not what we do right now. And let's move this into frame. We've also been testing out Siley Optics Wolf X Pro, which fits on our slides really well. Took it to the range and shot it. Works out great. Of course, I also recommend Gideon Optics, but yeah, give Siley a look as well. I have to say what I like about the Wolf X Pro is that it changes the reticle. So if you want a red dot, a crosshair with red dot, you can change your reticle. It's pretty awesome. The stream dies. Maybe I have to do what Chanson does and start playing video games or something. We did do our first 5-hour plus stream yesterday. That was the longest stream we'd ever done. I tell you, you start to run out of stuff to talk about after a while. So feel free to keep the conversation going, ask questions. That was cool talking about that CNC stuff with Panda. Thank you for the like. We're veteran owned and operated. We hire veterans as well as Blue Star family members. Civilians too, of course, but we hire veterans. Did some time in the GWAT. Yes, switch devices, please. And threads. Oh. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Big O, what's going on? Thank you, thank you. That is one of my favorites, actually. It has been temporarily discontinued. It's on hiatus while we focus on our 17s. But the Leonidas shall return. We just had to really focus on getting those 17s out. That and I think the price point was what kind of got... It's a little more expensive than the Viper, but as you can imagine, with the way those window cuts are, it takes a lot more effort to make. So here we have our Viper with the triangular window cut. You've got one of our old Flashes with the rounded window rectangular cut. Same thing with our Turbo here. But the Leonidas has all these kind of lined in ported barrel cuts, and it's aggressive and it's cool, and it just takes a lot more effort to make. And not to mention, once it's done, you have to do the deburring for each vent. So it's really cool, and I love it. And let's move the box out of the way. And we even have, of course, on the sides. Here you go. Here's a good sign of 17.4 stainless steel, is that we can cut designs and windows into the breech face, into the breech side. So if you're running 416 or some other kind of steel, you usually can't do that. And we've seen some that have tried, their cuts are too aggressive for 416 or less, and they've cracked their slides. ZB Wick, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Everyone popped in. Feel free to give us a like and sub if you want to stay up to date on Stiffler Manufacturing slides. We do have ported slides, but we do not do custom porting yet. We might do that sometime in the future. But there we have our Turbo We've got our Viper, both are ported. And we do offer ported barrels, but we do not custom port barrels. We might do that someday. I'm not sure when, but basically it's not that we can't do it. It's that our machines are so tied up into making slides, because we're making hundreds of slides a week. And we'd have to shut down a machine to do custom work. So in order to like justify shutting down one machine to then swap everything and do a single custom barrel or slide, we'd have to charge the customer too much for the lost value of all the other slides that got put on hold. And that's just not fair to the customer, and it's not fair to us, so we just don't do it yet. Someday, though. Someday we might. Okay, no more coffee. Time to switch to water because we do live in a desert. As much as I can drink coffee all day, I should probably have some water. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just we would have to, and here's the thing is I'd love to buy a small machine dedicated to just making custom work for people, but it's going to cost us at least $20,000 down. And then we would have to try and be sure that people would actually use the service to pay for the machine. So it's a crazy investment. And I'm sure at some point maybe we could make that happen, but like we just bought another machine and that's costing us like after everything's said and done over like 250 grand. So, like at least with production, we know that we're going to make payments and we can justify the expense. And it's with other machines and stuff, it's will people buy it? It's kind of like why we haven't branched too far out from the Glock 19 and 17 just yet. We're slowly getting into the 43. It's will people buy it? Yeah, I definitely appreciate that you get that because we've had more than a few people who are like, hey, do this, do this, do this. And we're like, man, we really want to, just we need to make sure we're going to be able to pay for it. And I've seen a few of our competitors kind of sink themselves chasing after, certain slide models and designs and stuff. But we just finished a good production phase of our third SM17 Gen 3 slide, and that is going to be a 17 variant of this slide right here that we call the Turbo. And then after we finish this slide on the left here, the red one, that we call the SM19 Hellet, once we finish turning that into a 17, we're going to start working on 43s. But for those of you just checking us out, today is the last day for our 4th of July sale. And we are doing 15% off on our SM19 stripped slides, which are Generation 3 that fit the Glock 19, in Cerakote colors of USMC Red, Arctic White, and NRA Blue, as well as our Viper Liberty themed slide. use code USA25 to get that 15% off. And if you just need parts kits, we use SCT Manufacturing for the Glock 19 and Glock 17. And we also have Glock 19 and 17 barrels that are standard, ported, and threaded in black nitride. And we also just started procuring some standard copper PVD barrels. And all those barrels are ELD performance barrels. And if you're looking to color match, we use the exact same words that Cerakote uses, with the exception of Jesse James Eastern Front Green, because it's too long. So we just call it Jesse James Green. Tech Money, how goes it? Oh, who's pinging me? Oh, got Gamage with another gun video. Man, he's cranking them out. He reviewed one of our SM19 flash slides in Space Worn, which is a kind of battle-worn distressed slide where it shows the stainless steel underneath. And then he ended up at GunCon in Ohio on the panel, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, you can reach out to us at sales@stifflermanufacturing.com. You can also just message us on Facebook or Instagram. And if you check out our website, just stifflermanufacturing.com, that's where you'll see all of our slides, parts, kits, and barrels. And someday, maybe optics. Maybe. We'll see what happens with Siley. And, I don't know, maybe something with Gideon. I don't know. The future. And besides our 4th of July sale, if you are militarily affiliated, active duty, National Guard, reserves, veteran, retired, you get 10% off all year long. Just reach out to us. Thank you very much. All of our slides are made out of 17-4 stainless steel, just like Zafiri, Zev, Grey Ghost Precision. Most companies use 416R. The 17-4 is harder, and it's more corrosion resistant. Our optics cut is Trijicon RMR flat, and comes with an aluminum RMR cover plate, whereas most companies use a plastic cover plate. Thank you very much, ZB Wick. You as well. Stay 2A every day. Because 2A is the way. I need to get that made into a shirt. Drink water, people. It's hot. Stay dangerous. What's going on? Today's the last day, stay dangerous, so we're doing 15% off of our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and of course our Viper Liberty theme slide. Yeah, thank you. We try to keep the prices as low as we can. Unfortunately, we've had to make some raises this year due to the cost of steel going up, end mills, parts kits, even coolant went up. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, if you know anybody that wants a red, white, or blue themed slide, today's the last day. Our sale ends at midnight, 15% off. I'm not sure when we'll do another sale. Maybe Labor Day, maybe in October for Glocktober / Halloween. I don't know. But this is the last sale for a little while. And all of our slides, for those of you just checking it out, we don't mill out of blanks. We mill solid steel bars. And let's move some things around so I can show that off. So a steel bar like this gets milled into these slides. Maybe we'll make blanks for other people someday. That'd be cool. Yeah, in the past we did Hunter Orange, Stormtrooper White, and Graphite Black for Halloween. So maybe this year, since we've changed out Stormtrooper for Arctic, maybe this year we do Hunter Orange, Arctic White, Graphite Black, and yeah, maybe even throw in like Jesse James Green, give it that dark green color. Or we just do some kind of different sale for Glocktober. And orange seems to pick up during the fall for like hunting season too. People seem to like it. Let's do a quick refresh. Oh, thank you for the new subscribes. Thank you for the new likes. It's greatly appreciated. For green, check out our Jesse James Eastern Front green and our green Mamba. So the Jesse James green is more like a forest green, and the green Mamba is kind of a neon zombie green. Kurt 24, how goes it? Just talking about the last day of our sale, 15% off our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and of course our Viper Liberty themed slide. Use code USA25. The sale ends at midnight tonight. And if you guys are looking for staying up to date on gun news and things like that, go check out John Crump News. It's a channel I follow. And you'll link up with some other channels that they interact with, you know, like DLD After Dark, Flying Rich Firearms, Red Dawn Readiness, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, Fat Tack Holsters. And there's others. And now I'm following a company called Dick's Tactical. Oh, thank you, Kurt. Yeah, follow John Crump News. Stay up to date on a lot of gun-related news. He and Flying Rich Firearms, they're involved in, you know, some lawsuits and gun debates, and just stay up to date on what's going on around the country. You know, like the big beautiful bill thing that went on with, you know, the Short Act, Shush, Hearing Protection Act, all of that, which did not go the way we wanted at all. Yeah, or for Breaking Lives, John Crump Live. All kinds of random stuff. Well, not random, all gun-related stuff that's really important. Thanks for everybody popping in. We are Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn bars of 17-4 stainless steel into gun slides that fit the Glock 19 and Glock 17 for Generation 3. And there's a revolver in the background just for aesthetics. All of our slides come with an optics cut, Trijicon RMR flat. Fits things like Siley optics, Gideon optics, Hollow Sun. I need to get a Ruger RXM. I know 99%, I'm sure, our slides fit, but until I have an RXM in front of me, you know, I don't know until I know. It's like I know the Radian Ramjet fits our slides. I don't own one, though. But I know it fits. Oh, that's cool. A Jurassic Park challenge going. Oh yeah, if you do, Kurt, let us know. Like I'm sure it'll fit. It's just I want one in front of me. Because it's, you know, it's supposed to be like a Gen 3 Glock clone. Oh, I'm not spending $50 on that. Fuck that. You know, I was watching. I should find the video. I was watching this video. I think it's out of India or Pakistan, probably Pakistan, and it is like this crazy third world ass machine shop, and they were making aftermarket Glock slides. And I'm fairly impressed that they're actually making it fit. Oh, you know, I wonder what frame he put it on. I know he showed it off and he did like an unboxing. I don't think he's actually done like a video with the slide yet. Wait, what? Oh, is that shot shells? Oh, it's shot shells. Oh, yeah, it's a scam. It's not Palmetto State Armory, it's Palmetto. And they're trying to get you to go there. And it's from Russia. Yeah, everyone watch out for those Russian scam sites involving firearms. They've even put some of our slides on there. And not just us. Zafiri, Zev, Gregos, Brownells. It's all kinds of stuff. Like, our cheapest slide is $145. If you see a slide that's made out of 17.4 stainless steel with a lot of cuts on it for $80, you should think that something's wrong. Like, I don't even sell wholesale to any vendor or distributor that low. We wouldn't make any money. Ohio gun owners, that's cool. We don't carry just because we love guns. We carry because we love our families. Absolutely right. Thank you for everyone who's popped in and given us a like and sub. It's greatly appreciated. Feel free to check out our Facebook page, or our Instagram, or any of our other social media to stay up to date on what we're releasing. Hey, Theo's Guns, congrats on hitting that 900 last night, man. That's awesome. I believe I just hit 257 myself. Try to do more of these lives. Thank you, Kurt. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, Instagram is probably where we release most of our new news, followed by Facebook. I do release stuff on Twitter, Truth Social, and Blue Sky, but not as often. Yeah, for the most up-to-date stuff, it's definitely going to be Instagram and Facebook. Water. No, seriously, drink water, people. It takes 3 days to properly hydrate your body. And You know, if you watch anything from Red Dawn Readiness, you know, when shit hits the fan, you want to be properly hydrated. Oh, thank you very much, Kurt. Yep, we are on Rumble. I do need to figure out doing lives on there a lot better. I do upload my lives and videos from YouTube to Rumble, so feel free to give those a check out. And of course, a lot of our posts from Instagram do pop over onto Facebook as well. Help build the 2A wall and beat the algorithm. Like, comment, share, subscribe to all of these 2A channels. Because social media is not 2A friendly. Don't ever fool yourself into thinking it is. It is not 2A friendly. Every day is a fight for every 2A content creator and business. I'm also joining J-Dog over in his live, and he's showing off some guns too. I do need to do some more like actual live content with some of these other creators. I did do shooting gallery, and I've been meaning to jump back in with them, and just my schedule's been kind of weird. I need to do one with Poppy the Gun Guy. Yeah, check out Poppy the Gun Guy. Check out Magazine Magic. They have some of our slides. And if you're a content creator and you want to do a collaboration, reach out to us sometimes. Just tell us what your plan is. We are getting a little bit more stingy on who we collaborate with, because we have been scammed by a couple channels who stole our slides. They know who they are. Their mothers are disappointed in them. Hopefully. But we're not here for the drama. Karma will kick them in the ass, just like it has a couple of our other competitors and people we've dealt with. Because if you're screwing people over, it will eventually get around. Heritage revolvers are awesome. Way better price than the Ruger Wrangler. You get 22 long rifle and 22 mag. Yeah, it is what it is, and it's just, you know, lessons learned from it. We might start making people sign contracts in the future. But in total, we lost 3 slides, Kurt, and It is what it is. It's not worth taking it to court over 3 slides. We might tell some people we know if I find out DLD After Dark or Red Dawn or John Crump started interacting with these guys, I'd probably reach out to them on the down low. But I'm not in it to like do the drama with other companies. I'd rather work with other companies or content creators. The market's way too big to have all this animosity. Sad part is one of them posts a bunch of cop stuff. To look like his one of his family members was a cop or something. It's like, yeah, that's a great image for your family member there. What was that old saying where, like, you spend a little money to keep someone out of your life forever? And for future collaborators, yeah, just give us a plan. You know, like what you're planning on doing. We've had more than a few who we ask questions and like, okay, hey, what frame are you going to use? What optics are you going to use? Are you going to take it to the range? What kind of build design do you have planned? And they just say, oh yeah, I'm at this address. Just send the slide. We're not going to send you the slide. Work with us. Communicate with us. Like, I need to know what kind of content you're going to create, you know? Like, I know Red Dawn's just going to do some content eventually, so I didn't worry about that one. But, like, new guys that we don't know anything about, you're going to have to sell us. Like, somebody like Red Dawn or Flying Rich or John Crump, if they wanted to do something with a slide. And we are planning on sending one to Flying Rich once we get our Hellet production back up. But we've interacted with them in various lives and content. So we kind of know them a little bit. As where some random channel, we don't know you at all. You're going to have to work for it. Oh yeah, definitely. And Dark talks about us in just about every live he's ever had. Even when we're not in the live, I go to check it out later. Which is awesome. Thank you all for hanging out. If you know anybody that wants a flashy red, white, and blue slide, get 15% off today. Sale ends at midnight. Code USA25. I might swap guns. Let's see. Let's swap the Ruger for another Ruger. So that one there is a Ruger New Vaquero, chambered in .45 long Colt. And this here is a Ruger SR9E. And she needs a little love. I should probably clean her today. Boop. Virgil Hutton, welcome. Okay, now let's just fit you up nice and gentle. Son of a gun. There we go. You know, what's funny is that one is made in Arizona, whereas the Big Cowboy revolver was made in New Hampshire. Is it not showing it? It looks like it's an angle, but it doesn't look like it's an angle on the PC. How's it look, guys? Oh, there it is. Okay, the PC was just lagging behind there. Oh, and funny thing, and I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's just cheaper somehow. And Ruger's not the only one that does this. I think Smith & Wesson does it, SIG does it. But that Ruger SR9E is made in Arizona in the United States. The magazine, however, is made in Italy. Maybe Glock does it too. Don't know why. Man, I think I've had that Ruger for 9 or 10 years now. It's a shame they don't make the SR line anymore. I really liked it. We have the SR9, then the SR45. I wanted to get a 1911, and maybe the SR22. Wasn't really keen on the SR40, but that's because I'm not really interested in 40. Thank you all for popping in. This is Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn steel bars into slides with an RMR optic cut. Fits things like Siley optics, Gideon optics, and Hollow Sun. Isn't 10mm just like a 40 long? Kind of like 380 is like a 9mm short. I remember watching someone at the range chamber 380 in a 9mm, and it fired. It just didn't cycle properly most of the time. Maybe we should do a 10 millimeter sometime. We should add that to the list. That'd be kind of cool. So what, maybe the Glock 20 or the Glock 29? Weren't they discontinuing those? I'd have to check the discontinuation list. Well, I suppose with the 10 millimeter, we should probably focus on the more of the full frame. So Glock 20. Yeah, see, that's kind of why we didn't do the 34 immediately, is we weren't sure we were going to get enough sales. We still kind of want to do one. It's just, it's probably not going to sell as much, so we probably won't make as many of them. 2A veteran, what's going on? Today's the last day of our sale, 2A veteran. 15% off our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and Liberty Viper with code USA25. Sale ends at midnight. Right on, man. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. While I'm doing my live, I'm just bouncing around our social media, checking some stuff out. Let's see. Where is that image? White Rambo, what's going on? Let's see, let's create a post real quick. Boom. We're getting flooded with all these scam posts on Meta, mostly through Instagram, but some on Facebook too. It's freaking hilarious. And the English is incredibly bad. We're doing our final day of our sale, White Rambo. 15% off SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and Viper Liberty themed slides. Code USA25. The 15% off is valid until midnight. And for those of you just popping in, we are Stiffler Manufacturing. We turn steel bars into Glock slides that fit arm our optics. There we are. There we are. Went too far. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's definitely one of our better deals. Though we know some people might not want to do a red, white, or blue slide. Thank you for the likes and subs. Much appreciated. Like and sub. Stay up to date on all of Stiffler Manufacturing news. Live life. What's going on? Check out our Instagram and Facebook for the most up-to-date stuff. Heist. And let's see here. Let's go into the profile. Yeah, the Liberty color is pretty cool. We might do a different variant of it next year. You know, use some Cerakote stickers and try and get like some stars and stripes going on in it. Paying for that Facebook ad was absolutely worthless. For all of those of you just popping in, we are Stiffler Manufacturing. We turn steel bars into slides that fit RMR optics. And today we are doing 15% off our SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, NRA Blue, and the light Viper Liberty theme slide. Use code USA25 to get that 15% off by midnight. There we are. Thank you, Kurt24. Much appreciated. Went to go to that movie yesterday, and there was some kind of water outage. They kicked everyone out, gave everyone a free movie ticket for use over the next several months. Needless to say, a lot of people were pissed. I'm betting it has to do with construction that was going on next door. Somebody probably turned the water off, or maybe they broke a water main. I don't think it does. It hasn't given me any problems so far. And so long, well, I've only recently started posting guns in my lives, but I know manipulating slides doesn't bother them at all. So far, YouTube hasn't given me any problems, but I know that's going to happen at some point. We've been banned on Reddit, and Meta harasses us all the time. Yeah, we need to do more on Rumble. Welcome to the live, everybody. Just showing off some steel bars, gun slides, optics, and a Ruger. I'll probably end it at the 1:45 mark, and then we'll start again, probably maybe around 9 o'clock. That 5-hour one took a lot. It was just a very long live. But hey, we got a few more subscribes today, and we got a few more likes, so that's awesome. Slowly making my way to 300. Thank you all for just joining us. We are Stiffler Manufacturing. We turn steel bars into slides that fit RMR, or Trigicon RMR. I'll have to fix the description for this one. All right, we are about to end this one. I'll probably pop back on at 9 a.m. or so. But we are Stiffler Manufacturing. We turn steel bars into slides that fit the Trigicon RMR optics cut. Our slides fit the Generation 3 Glock 19 and Glock 17. We plan on making a Glock 43 compatible slide sometime in the future. Today is the last day of our 4th of July sale. We are doing 15% off SM19 strip slides in USMC Red, Arctic White, and NRA Blue, as well as the Viper Liberty slide. Check out our website and use code USA25 to get that 15% off by midnight. Thanks for everyone who popped in, liked, and subscribed. It's greatly appreciated. And as always, stay 2A every day.